Mr. Stiff Arm, good afternoon. Ricky Hawkins, World Four Sports 1080, man. That was good.
How's it going? Oh, it's been good. Finished up another good practice today.
Now, I heard you mic'd up, man. You wasn't rapping today, were you?
No, I was not mic'd up today, but I was still working on my craft. I think it's a God-given gift I've been working with.
Absolutely. Let's dive right into training camp, man. So, what are some of the improvements you didn't see in Josh Allen's game this year?
One of the biggest things I've seen is his ability to hit the check down throws pretty quick. If he's feeling that pressure, he's not, trying to make the game-changing play downfield necessarily every play, but he's hit, motor in the flat a bunch. He's hit me a couple times, just kind of those easy check down throws that might go for 5 or 6 yards to just set up the change better for the next play.
Basically taking what the defense gives them. So, that's
Exactly.
a sign of maturity as well. And now, last game at home, you played the Jets. We know that was a gimme game just because of the playoff position and you guys were in. You got them at home now, the gimme game, so to speak. How eager are you to get back at those guys, and how important is a win week one?
Oh, it's very important. We always talk about how important it is for us to start fast, whether it's, the first possession of a game or just the first game of the season. I think everybody's dying to get back out there because, we've only been playing against each other for the last few weeks. And it feels like the pads have only been on for, hardly at all because we didn't have OTAs or anything. So everybody's kind of itching to get out there and start hitting somebody else and, just go out and make a statement week one.
Absolutely, man. Hey, expecting a breakout season for you this year, man. Good luck.
I appreciate it. Can't wait.
Hi, Dawson. Matt Fairburn here. Good to see you. Sean mentioned the other day that Tyler Kroft got stepped on in practice. I know he missed practice Monday and was back out there today. How much of a relief was it to see him out there and to, especially given his injury history, that it wasn't something serious?
Oh, yeah. No, I know Tyler well, and he knows it wasn't anything serious. And, he just needed a good day to kind of let it calm down because, that's been a serious thing in the past. But thankfully he's, good to go, look good out there today because he's been looking really fast, been looking strong. So it's always nice kind of having him out there with me. I feel like we do a good job kind of leaning on each other, whether we're in there at the same time or subbing each other out. It's good to have him back out there for sure, and I'm glad it wasn't anything serious.
Yeah, what do you think it can do in terms of how defenses will play against you to have both you guys out there at the same time now that he's 100% healthy? You didn't get to see a lot of that last year, and now it gives you guys a little bit of a different look on offense.
Oh, yeah, we're both really excited, and we know that, what we can bring to the team in terms of bringing us in the box and blocking for Motor or blocking for Zach or TJ or whoever's running. We feel confident in that part, but also, we love being able to get split out, make matchups with safeties. I mean, if we can get a one-on-one with a linebacker out there, I think it's a big mismatch. So I'm really looking forward to what that might look like with both of us out there.
Thanks, Dawson.
Yep.
Hey, Dawson, Matt Perino here. Thanks for taking the time today. Last time we got a chance to talk to you, you spoke a little bit about, how everything came at you so fast last year that, it took you some time to kind of, get your grips a little bit. Now being in your second season, what has this training camp experience been like? Because I would think that even though it's your second year, I mean, the environment that you're in, it's still kind of a lot in a very short amount of time.
Yeah. I've kind of realized how it's less stressful for me just from learning the plays. Last year it was like every day was a new install, so every piece of information was new. So I was really trying to wrap my head around the plays, where I'm supposed to be, what I'm reading in the defense, and then all that came before actually going out there and doing the job and, making the block, catching the ball, getting upfield. So I think this year it's kind of really slowed down for me. I feel like when the play's called, I already know the assignment. I already know the reads I'm looking for. I already know what Josh is going to look for in me if I'm running a route. So I think it's just been a lot easier to, mentally to go out there and just play faster, which I've enjoyed a lot compared to last year.
Mm-hmm. And I know that, you and Tommy came in together. You guys are pretty close. What's it been like watching him kind of work his way back, and what kind of things have you told him to kind of keep him motivated Not that he would need it, but just some nice words for him.
Yeah, so last year I had to miss a couple weeks of camp from a hamstring injury, and I've had a foot injury in the past. It was actually the same as his back in my early college days. So I kind of know what that's like, the rehab routine, and how it can feel a lot longer than what it really is, and how frustrating it can be to kind of have to work twice as hard just to catch back up to where you were. So everybody's had his back through it, and he's had a great attitude through all of it. He's been doing a great job, and he was out there running around today looking good. So we're excited to hopefully get him back out there soon too.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
Hey, Dawson, Mike Catalana in Rochester. We've talked a lot over the past few weeks or months now about what it's going to be like to play with no fans. But now it's coming up when you got a game a week from Sunday. Do you guys talk about it? Do you watch like the NBA or NHL and these other games and sort of get a sense of what they're doing and think about yourself being in that spot?
Yeah, so I don't think anybody really knows what it's going to feel like until it happens. One thing I've kind of thought about it might feel similar to how the combine was, because at the combine, there's a lot of eyes on you. It's a big stage, but there's no one in the stands. It's really just scouts, and it's a big empty stadium, but however many thousand people are watching on TV. So that was a weird environment, but I think everybody's kind of getting their mind right for what that's going to feel like without the fans, because our fans here are incredible. It's going to be, definitely a big loss to us, but, I think we're going to be ready for the situation when it comes.
And to follow on that, you guys, when you go on the road, it's a loud crowd. You go to silent counts and things like that. In this case, everything you say, for the most part, somebody, including the other team, maybe for next week, is going to hear. Is that stuff the coaching staff is working on, figuring ways around that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They do such a good job thinking about every single little detail and everything. Even at home games, it's quiet enough sometimes for the defense to hear what we're saying. So that's kind of already factored in a little bit. But obviously now with no fans, it's like, we're going to hear every call the defense is making. They're going to hear the calls we're making. So, I think we've been working on the proper adjustments here for a while. So I think we're going to be ready for that.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Dawson, John Scott, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
When we spoke to Cole Beasley recently, he had mentioned something of, I don't know if there were specific conversations. I guess you could tell us if conversations have been made and had amongst you offensive skill players in regards to understanding that there's a lot of you and not everyone can obviously get the ball. Have there been conversations like that? And what is the vibe amongst everyone out there, understanding there's more talent than this team at least has had in quite some time?
Yeah, I think the overall mood is just that we're really excited. We got every piece that we need to go win a championship, and I think that's kind of what everyone's focused on. Personally, if we win the game, I'll be happy with 10 catches. I'd be happy with 0 catches as long as I'm doing my job right. But we have had some of those conversations. It's going to be, the ball's going to be spread around a lot. It's something that I was used to at Ole Miss with, DK, A.J. Brown, even DeMarcus Lodge. There was a lot of talent on the offensive side. So I think it's a really exciting thing, because I could be in protection and have a 80-yard touchdown to Diggs, and we run and go celebrate it. The next play, Cole has a little option route that he could take up the field too, and obviously Smoke. We got Isaiah, and Gabe Davis has been doing an incredible job for us. So I think it's just really exciting. I don't think anybody's worried about a lack of touches or anything like that. I just think with the weapons that we have, we're going to be pretty dangerous. As
alpha dogs, which most football players and athletes are, how challenging is it to maybe alter that mindset the higher you go up in this game, to know that in high school you probably were the best, and then college you're surrounded by more talent, and now here in the pros, how challenging is it to maintain that alpha personality while accepting that you're not always going to be the one in the spotlight?
Oh yeah, you just got to be confident in your abilities. I had a unique story in high school. I never really played. I was really undersized. Finally grew my senior year, dislocated my ankle. So I really only had a couple possessions as a starter. Got to college as a walk-on. Finally got to where I was playing there, but obviously didn't have a whole lot of production. But I think it's always just a battle between you and yourself of, am I confident enough in my abilities, even though I'm not necessarily getting the production that I want or know that I could have. But also at the same time, it's just being unselfish, knowing whatever's best for the team that week is going to be, what's called. And I'm not going to have a problem with that if we're winning, obviously. So like I said earlier, I think everybody's just really excited. Obviously, selfishly, we're going to want to have, 3 touchdowns each, 100 yards receiving, 10 catches. But obviously that's not realistic. So I think everybody's just, going to go into each game knowing the game plan. Everyone's excited. I don't think we can control that part. So we're just going to see how it goes week 1.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Dawson. Heather Prusek here. Thanks for taking the time to do this. Good to see you.
Sure.
Obviously, there's going to be a lot of attention on Stefon Diggs this year. How does he, not only his abilities to make the kind of freakish plays that he does, but also how is he going to open things up for you, the rest of the receivers, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have a huge new talent with him. Everybody's seeing what he can do. So I know defenses are going to have to respect that. We're going to see a lot more. I think we'll see a lot more, cover 2, cover 4 with 2 safeties. So I think that's going to open up the running game a lot too. I think Devin and Zach and TJ are all really excited. I also think that, if they're concentrated on him a lot, it might open up a one-on-one matchup with me that we like, that's favorable, whether it's a linebacker or a safety. We got a lot of motions in, so we can, really Josh can see the coverage before the plays started. So I think it's going to be really dynamic the way that he can affect the ways that, Josh is going to be able to distribute the ball this year, especially in the run game too.
And the last time we talked with you, you said that this off season, something you were working on when it comes to drops was maybe last year you were kind of looking a step ahead, before you actually made the catch. How have you seen that area of your game develop maybe during training camp or even these past couple practices?
Yeah, I think part of that last year too was just thinking too much about my assignment, looking at the defense, trying to read what they're doing. First and foremost, just getting lined up in the right position. So I think this year, like I said earlier, everything's starting to slow down a little bit, I feel like, which is nice. Obviously, there's still a lot of things I need to work on, but I also feel like the timing with Josh has gotten a lot better. So I think that confidence level is up a lot just for me, and knowing where I'm supposed to be and when I'm supposed to be there. And also the chemistry with Josh is definitely taking a big step this year. So I'm excited for that.